Anime can definitely upset certain people.
If you own this, you need to be locked up.
That's a figurine of an adult Nezuko from Demon Slayer, made by Anonymous Studios. Unfortunately for you, just because we need to be locked up doesn't mean we will be locked up.
If you ever put something like this in your cart, you need to be locked up.
Hello, police. I just bought an anime figurine of a hot woman.
If you see this and don't see a problem with it, you should probably seek some help.
Hello, therapist. I saw a sexy anime girl figurine, and now my private parts are out of control.
You're sick. So, see, something is wrong with you.
Now, I understand this has always been a thing in the anime community, but at some point we have to draw a line somewhere.
I agree. We should draw the line between people who enjoy fictional women and moral busybodies like you.
Y'all tried to say I was the problem when I said people who buy the half-naked Freeman statue are weirdos.
That's your subjective point of view. Those people are still gonna buy them anyway. Also, those models are from Cast Design Studios if you want to look them up.
Because Freeman looks like a teenager,
No, she does not. She looks like an elf that's 1,000 years old. The same goes to the high elf Archer from Goblin Slayer. You're the one that thinks she looks like a teenager, and we're the weirdos here?
Y'all try to use the excuse that, oh, she's 1,000 years old, and no, she still looks like a teenager.
You say that as if it's an objective metric, when it's clearly just your eyes.
Keep your excuses. Anybody that sells these, anybody that buys these are masking their PDF file tendencies.
Call the cops then. We won't, because we don't actually have any PDF file tendencies. In fact, I'm more suspicious on the person who looks at Frieren and thinks she's a teenager.
Don't try to hit me with the, oh, that's Awakened Nezuko, she's older, she's not, no.
That's Awakened Nezuko. She's older. She's not a real person. Keep crying.
It's weird, y'all know it is.
We don't care it's weird. We're still gonna keep buying it. Although personally, I'm less into Nezuko and more into Fremi.
Personally think this is one of those things in anime culture that needs to be purged.
I personally think people who think Frieren looks like a teenager should be purged, but that's just me. Here's another installment of people hating Gooners because how dare they enjoy sexy things, right? Anime used to be made by Japanese men with severe autism. Used to be? Are you implying that they are not made by them now? I think you really shouldn't confuse passion towards art with severe autism. Now it's ran by Gooners almost exclusively. You say that as if it's a bad thing. Bro, if you want sci-fi mecha anime, the market is still there. If you're not putting any effort of looking for the media that you like, then you're just not gonna enjoy life. Also, for your information, the anime on that screenshot is called Metal Skin Panic Maddox 01. That was the directorial debut of Shinji Aramaki, who will eventually make the Appleseed movies and has a very interesting filmography if you want to look it up, including Halo Legends and Starship Troopers. His latest works are Ghost in the Shell SAC 2045 and Blade Runner Black Lotus, so yeah, make that of what you will. Speaking of Gooners, they're almost always going to be baited into interactions online. Engagement baits these days are about as common as clickbaits. She said it's very hot and she's sweating a lot. What do you do? Tell her to open her clothes. Is that what you want me to say, you pervert? No, for real though, engagement baits are to be expected online. It's just one of those things that you have to realize and not engage yourself in. I don't mind people doing that, but there are clearly people who do. Hey man, I really like your art style, but I feel like the Gooner bait is getting kinda repetitive. To all the artists out there, if a person thinks that you're Gooner baiting too much, double down and continue doing that until they leave. Why don't you draw her like fighting a T-Rex or some cool stuff like that instead? Because that's what you think is cool, and I don't like you, so go tell someone else. Some people say that this comment is meant to be sarcastic. If that's the case, then you wouldn't mind the artist drawing more of this, right? Right? Those are the anime and Gooner hooplas I can discuss, but we got plenty more unrelated but still very interesting hooplas to discuss. If you like this video so far, don't forget to click the like button, comment, subscribe, and leave some tips through any of these means, including YouTube membership, links below. Thank you to all the sponsors this week, you're all fantastic. Well, this is an incredibly dumb question. Delete one forever! Ah, another interaction bait, but I reacted to it indirectly, so I totally did not take the bait. For real though, no, I don't think I want to delete any of them. They all contributed to gaming in some way or another. I'll just let them delete themselves. But if I do have to choose, it's Xbox. They are barely a player in this industry nowadays. They have pretty much given up, and they are safe to remove from the current lineup. Easily Steam. I'm sorry, what? They don't produce games anymore. First off, Steam doesn't produce games, Valve produce games. Second, we're talking about a whole platform here, not what games that the companies can output. While the games do contribute to the platform, Steam and Valve, for that matter, have this unique position of not needing exclusive games because PC as a platform is in and of itself a selling point, especially for someone like me whose job is primarily on PC. They don't innovate in actual gaming technology. Now this one is just flat out wrong. If it weren't for the Steam Deck using a Linux-based operating system, gaming on Linux would not be as good as it is right now. The Steam Deck in general leads to so many clones of it. Granted, it's derived from the Switch, but unlike the Switch, the Steam Deck is a way more open ecosystem. It's pre-installed with Linux. That's how open it is. Just a storefront that became overly dominant. Yeah, and they are overly dominant for a good reason. The competition sucks. If Steam goes away, someone will pick up the slack. No, or at least not as competently, because it's a lot of slack to pick up if Steam goes away, and none of the other distributors can do that. Valve hasn't even published a game in how long? Irrelevant because, again, the selling point for Steam isn't the game, it's the whole PC platform. I'm not getting rid of any of the 3 biggest publishers in gaming. 2, because Xbox has practically given up right now. Without the Switch, there would not be a Steam Deck. Yes, but I'm not gonna remove Nintendo for that either. I know this is supposed to be subjective, but I do think that Xbox is the best answer. Say what you want about PlayStation and Nintendo, their market is way more significant than Xbox right now. This has gotta be some of the most insane statements regarding Steam. Steam has contributed nothing of value to gaming. Yep, it has contributed nothing of value to gaming, except the whole PC gaming landscape, but console gamers don't really care about PC gaming, right? Who is Steam's mascot character? Oh, I don't know, pick anyone from the orange box. The biggest meme of the 2020s are literally Half-Life 2's character models. It's funny that people aren't picking Steam, even though it's the one with pretty much no exclusives. Steam does not need exclusives to survive. PC gaming in and of itself is already a great selling point. Even those games you're trying to claim are Steam exclusives can be bought on other PC storefronts. Yes, but other PC storefronts do not have the same amount of user base, the same amount of reach, the same amount of features. They're not the same at all. My point, and the point you were replying to, was about exclusives. And now that you see that you were wrong, you're trying to change the argument. You're trying so hard to grasp a victory on one correct point that you completely missed the whole reason why people use Steam. Spoiler, it's not because of their exclusives. So the person who tries to change the argument here is you. If almost every game people actually play on Steam are just multi-platforms that can be played on consoles and the exclusives aren't that good, then yeah, Xbox was more important to gaming than Steam Store. First off, you're actually getting it backwards. Just because multi-platform games can be played on consoles doesn't mean that people are gonna play them there. If anything, in most cases, especially in older titles, it's way better to play them on the PC. Red Dead Redemption 1 is multi-platform, but while I have played it on the PS3, I will never ever touch it there again, when the PC experience is way superior. Second, even if Steam's exclusives aren't good, they do not have to be good, because Steam's selling point is the PC selling point. Better performance, resolution, mods, etc. The same cannot be said to the other console manufacturers. I'm not saying it's wrong to prefer playing games on a console. I am saying that it's wrong to assume everyone will pick a console to play their games, when the PC is definitely a worthy consideration of a platform to play games. Imagine thinking a store that got people to buy more games just because they were cheaper is more important than exclusive games. Yes, unironically, yes, cheap games are way more important than exclusive games in terms of fostering an audience, and Steam does foster a sizable audience. The same cannot be said to Xbox, or at least Xbox nowadays. They have pretty much given up. Moving on from console peasant stupidity, I have one more hoopla that is actually rather close to home. This Reddit post is definitely up my alley. Moved to a mountain village for the simple life. Now I am bored out of my mind. It just so happens that my girlfriend's home is at a mountain village, and I just so happen to have lived there for a while, so I know a thing or two about this simple life. And yes, that simple life is going to be incredibly boring when you have zero internet, but apparently zero internet is not the issue. I don't like it. It's boring. You need a car for literally everything. There's barely any doctors, and while the nature, fresh air, and low crime are nice, there's zero cultural scene or diversity. I feel like I've skipped ahead to being 80 years old. It's almost like there's a good reason why the place is mortgage free. We're now thinking of moving to a much bigger city, possibly New York. Woof, you're still in America, it seems. I feel a bit hard on myself because I really thought I'd enjoy the slow pace, but it's just not working for me. Of course it's not working for you. You're the kind of person who wants to be constantly busy and have your neurons fed with all sorts of noise like the city. Has anyone else gone through this, moving somewhere idyllic and then realizing it wasn't for you? What did you do next? I have lived in mountain villages before, and they are definitely a nice holiday trip for a couple of days, but not something that I want to be a permanent resident of. And I salute anyone who is a permanent resident of the mountain villages. That being said, farmer villages are way better, especially when they're 10-20 minutes close to the main city. That's where I just so happen to live, and I wouldn't want to live anywhere else. And that's all for the video today. Here's a cat. Don't forget to check out my previous videos here. Click the like button, comment, subscribe, leave some tips, just $1 down below. And thanks for watching.